Good morning, everyone. It is a chilly 42 outside this morning, so I'm going to get myself a cup of coffee. I just logged in and I'm going to take off my coat and my scarf and get comfortable. And I brought this morning, I made soft-boiled eggs last night. So I brought some eggs for breakfast, and I brought more ground hamburger for lunch. So I'll show you guys when I get those out and what I eat today. So what am I gonna choose today? Let me see. Maybe I will go for the hazelnut and see what that tastes like. Hazelnut. Or I could have a tea. No, let's put the hazelnut in, folks. That's the rest of my pumpkin caramel syrup. I told everybody they could have some. Okay, so this is the Green Mountain Hazelnut one that I chose this time, and I put in some English toffee stevia. I put in a scoop of my vanilla perfect keto collagen, so, and a little bit of cinnamon. So this should taste pretty good. Let's give it a smell. Ooh, it smells like hazelnut and cinnamon and vanilla. Cheers. Now that flavor is good. The hazelnut is good. I didn't have very many flavors to choose from. I had types of roast, like French roast, decaf, half regular, Colombian, you know, medium roast, but they only had, I think, French vanilla, hazelnut, and then that vanilla caramel that I had yesterday that I wasn't too impressed with. This one tastes pretty good, folks. Well, I just exploded my eggs in the microwave, even though I cut them up. So be careful of that, folks. It's going to be one of those days.
Hey, lunchtime again. We made some stuff last night. Pulled pork with bone broth gravy. Excellent. I think that's what she gave me, because that's what it says on the list. Oh, and she put mozzarella cheese on it too. Fabulous. So let's take a look at it. This stuff is so good. Oh my God. So if you look, you can see the gravy on the bottom here. I don't know if you can see that or not. I got it on auto focus and auto everything here, so I don't know how it's doing, but and then you can see the pulled pork in there, And you can see that she put this mozzarella cheese on it for me. Ooh, that's good. Okay. So I'm going to warm this up in the microwave. I'm going to let that go for about 2 minutes. And we'll be back after it's finished. There it is. Yeah. Little hot, little hot, little hot. But you can see, if I can hold this, let me see if I can see it. So as you can see, it's melting, man. It's like not wanting to stay in the pan if I tilt it. But you can see all the cheese and everything in there, all melted and ready to go. Yeah. That's pretty much what I'm having. As for nothing else, really, this is just it. Maybe some coffee with it. And yeah, I'm going to have some coffee with it. And decaf, of course. And, well, I guess we'll see you later. See what's going on with Wendy.
Today I am having a cup of hot tea, green tea with lemon and a few drops of stevia. I'm having my ground round. There's 6 ounces actually in here today, and there is Daisy's 2 tablespoons Daisy sour cream, some Byron's butt rub, some sriracha sauce, and my dulce for iodine, some salt, some pepper, and I'm going to use my pork rinds to dip it with. So it looks delicious, folks. Let's give it a taste test, shall we? For dipping. That's good. Ooh, spicy. I put a lot of sriracha sauce in this, but it's good. Got my green tea with fresh squeezed lemon. I don't know about you guys, but you guys have problems getting the correct measuring side of your chicharrones or your pork rinds. They say on the bag of the baconettes, 9 pieces. So there's a piece, and here's a piece, and there's another piece. So how do you figure out 9 pieces? Anyway, and they're very lightweight because they're air fluffed or deep fried in air or something. Anyway, they're very lightweight. So I try to figure out 9 pieces approximately and go from there. It's about 2 p.m. and I'm hungry, so I am going to eat the Quest maple waffle bar, the rest of it that we did the taste test on, because we had a whole bunch that were unwrapped, and I'm going to have that with a cup of green tea with a few drops of stevia and some fresh lemon juice in it. So I'll see everybody at dinner. Hi everyone, I am going to be making some barbecue pork loin ribs that we got on sale at our meat sale in the Instapot. And it's going to kind of be a pulled pork with a kind of a barbecue gravy sauce when we're all done. So I'm just going to take the meat. I'm not going to ground it. I'm not going to brown it or braise it or anything else. I'm just going to plop the meat in. Let me move this out of the way. Then I am going to take some of my homemade chicken bone broth instead of water. And I am going to have, see this? This is the fat. The fat rises to the top. Then all the gelatinous goodness is at the bottom. Well, I'm going to take a little bit of the fat. And then I'm going to pour, this is a 16-ounce container. Look at this. Look how nice and thick that is. But instead of water, I'm going to use the broth, because then they'll make a delicious gravy and it'll give it some extra flavor. So that's about one more scoop of deliciousness. Look at that. Look how gelatinous that is. That is got collagen and just full of protein and delicious goodness. So, trick, folks, apple cider vinegar. I always adds up apple cider vinegar. It tenderizes the meat. It doesn't have a vinegary flavor, and I'm going to put about 2 tablespoons full in the mix. It gives it that tart and tangy flavor as well. So I'm going to put some Worcestershire, I can never say it, Worcestershire sauce in. A little bit, I just pour. I'm going to put some 0 sugar roasted garlic barbecue sauce. Let me shake it. Just going to put a little bit of this in. Harry, this one's pretty sweet, and Harry does not like sweet. He likes more of the smoky. So I add a little bit of the Primal Kitchen steak sauce. It's also sugar-free. And this kind of takes down that sweet, sweet taste. Just adds a richness in the flavor. I put a little bit of liquid aminos. It's kind of like soy sauce. So it's going to give it a little saltiness as well. Just put a little splash in there. I am going to put in, for my salt, I'm going to do the salt with the sea vegetables. And this has sea salt, kelp, and dulse, depending on how you pronounce it. I'm going to put not very much. Okay. And then I am going to put some organic no salt seasoning. There's 21 organic spices and ingredients. This is Kirkland brand. If you don't have a Costco, you can get this on Amazon. And we'll put a link to our Amazon link below for this. And again, I'm just going to use my hand, and I did wash my hand, so don't have a freak out. I'm going to put about that much in. And now for my favorite, Bad Byron's butt rub, barbecue seasoning. A little bit of butt rub makes everything better. And this is delicious. It's awesome. So I'm going to put some of this on there. And I'm going to use quite a bit of the Byron's because I really like the Byron's. So I'd say 2 tablespoons just to give it a little kick. Okay? So basically I'm going to take my spoon, kind of move the meat so that it's all in the bottom of the pot. Get the sauces in the juice. That's about it. Now I'm going to cook this for a little longer than normal. I'm going to cook this on meat, and then I'm going to put the timer on 40 minutes because I want it to be fall off the bone, fall apart, in the juice, delicious. So that's what I'm going to do. Just a minute, Mark. So with this, remember folks, you want to make sure that you put the lid on properly. You lock it down. I'm going to put this on full pressure. So for mine, I want to make sure that its pressure is on. I'm going to go to the front. I am going to go chicken meat. Then I'm going to go time adjustment. And it's off and running. So I will show everybody once it's done. And for tonight, I'm going to make our regular, I think we're going to have chaffles, Harry. Doesn't that sound good?
Yeah.
Chaffles and eggs.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
I really would.
So I'm going to make my Cinnabon chaffles and eggs, folks. So I'm going to get everything prepped and ready, and then I'll show you guys how we make that. I've done it several times, but this is what we eat in a day, so I'll get everything ready and let you guys see. So I'll see you in a little bit. So I am making my Cinnabon chaffles, and in the bowl I have got 3 eggs, a pinch of cinnamon, 6 drops of English toffee, stevia, a pinch of salt, pink Himalayan of course, just a splash of heavy whipping cream, and now I'm going to put in 2 ounces of softened Philadelphia cream cheese to the mixture. So, Philadelphia cream cheese with my tongue, as Harry calls it, and that I'm going to use for the frosting. So, let's get this off and let's get this blended. I also put in 1 tablespoon of almond flour. So it's got 3 eggs, a tablespoon of almond flour, 6 drops of English toffee, a sprinkle of salt, a dash of cinnamon, and a splash of heavy whipping cream. And my waffle maker is a large one, so that's why I use 3 eggs. If you were using the Dash Mini, you would use 1 egg to your the same amount, the difference in the cheese. And this takes about a scoop per square, and there's 4 squares. So then I just take this and start doling out the extra. Using my new little mixing bowl that I got from Christmas for my daughter. So exciting. Okay, so that's ready to go in and start cooking. Next, what I want to do is get my eggs on to cook. So everybody wants eggs. Mom, you want 1 egg or 2? I've got bacon grease and butter in my pan because we're doing ketovore this week, so we're trying to stay away from any plant base, such as my regular extra virgin olive oil that I normally would use. The bacon just is going to give it that extra flavor. I'm going to put the lid on that and let that get cooking. Let me wash my hands real quick. They put our stove in the most horrible place for filming, and this part of my area with my microwave and my stove. So I apologize, I'm always cramped because I do have a nice other area to cook in, just not right where my stove is. So anyway, the next part is I'm going to make the frosting. I'm going to make my Cinnabon frosting, and I'm going to take 2 ounces of the Philadelphia cream cheese. You can use full fat mascarpone as well. I'm going to get a nice tablespoon of butter with that, and I'm going to soften it so that I can stir that with a fork and make a frosting out of that. So I'm going to make it probably 10 minutes to begin with. Gosh, doesn't that smell good? You can smell the cinnamon. And sometimes it'll run out, so don't worry about that. What you're doing is you're making sure all the steam goes away. It's very moist, so you let it cook as long as there's a lot of steam rising. Let me take a look at this. Mm, 7 minutes. I love the taste of Kerrygold butter.
7 minutes?
Yeah. Seconds. Sorry. Seconds. I'm sorry. That's the blonde in me. So next, I want to put some cinnamon because this is a Cinnabon recipe, and we like our cinnamon. So I just sprinkle some cinnamon in there, and I'm going to put probably 5 drops of my English toffee stevia, because we are going to put maple syrup on this as well. I have some sugar-free maple syrup that we're going to add to this. You don't want the butter too melted, and if I didn't work and I could have sat this out for an hour room temperature, it would have been great, but this is perfect. Oh, so good.
Mm-hmm. Just like the frosting.
Yep.
Look at how perfect they are. No spillage. you got the pour down just right, you know.
Got the pour just right. Well, it's that big spoon.
Yeah.
Everybody gets a spoon, right? And then I got the thinner spatula from IKEA. That's like perfect. So Mom and I get one. Ooh, look at that. Wow. These are perfect. Careful, get your truffles out. And because these truffles are made with a little bit of a tablespoon of almond flour, they're more waffle consistency. And so you just take a little bit of the truffle frosting, smear the truffles with Cinnabon taste. Oh, so good, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Oh, so good. Did I miss any? Okie dokie. Now, let's get the eggs dished out. Look at those, they're perfect. I'm gonna put a little bit of pancake syrup. And actually, Walden Farms, I know folks, it doesn't have the best ingredients, and it is got potassium, let's see what, sucralose. But it really has a good taste, and it's syrupy, and I ran out of my Chalk Zero, which is my favorite. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of syrup on here. Then it tastes just like waffles. So darn delicious. And of course, got to give it a little dusting of cinnamon. A little bit of salt. And there you go, folks. We got cinnamon, truffles, and eggs for dinner. So I think for dessert, we're going to have a sweetened coffee and a piece of dark chocolate. And I'll come back and show everybody my pulled pork when it's all done from the Instapot. Gotta eat now, folks. Oh, the meat is done. So you release it. Make sure you don't burn yourself on the steam, folks. This meat is like fall apart goodness. But I want to put the meat out because I want to make gravy. You can use gar gum. You can use gar gum or xanthan gum, or like there's a mixture of the two. Gar gum is 1 tablespoon is 9 calories and 9 dietary fiber, so basically 0, and actually 0 carbs, and you're not going to use a tablespoon in here. We're going to use a dusting. We're going to dust it. So I'll show you
What's
how to
this
do that.
for?
This is to make it thicker, to make a gravy out of it.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just going to, can you see down in there? Because
Yeah.
I'm just going to dust it. So I'm just going to dust it. And then I'm just going to stir it. Oops. I don't have any water. I mean a spoon. I got the wrong utensils, Harry. I got the wrong utensils. And this will thicken up. And while that's just sitting in there, getting thick and delicious, a little bit more sprinkling on it. Ah, there, I can feel it thickening now. Oh yeah, Smell that. Do you smell that?
Oh yeah.
Besides my glasses all fogging up. Yeah, all these right on cue. So a few of these pieces of meat had some bones. So you just want to find the bone. And just, they basically just fall completely away from the meat. 100%. Oh, see? Look at this gravy. Come here. Look. See, it just thickened it right up. Look at that. Mmm. Man. Flash. Tell me what you think.
Oh yeah, it's like before.
Yep. It's really good, huh?
Oh yeah.
That gravy, you can, here, if you're not doing carnivore, ketovore like we are this week, you can take some steamed cauliflower and put it over your steamed cauliflower with that gravy on it. So basically, we're going to shred this up and let it cool off just a little bit and then put it in the refrigerator. We're going to eat on that for a couple of days, and I think we're good to go, Harry. What do you think?
Yep.
So anyway, folks, I hope you guys liked what we ate in a day, and I hope you guys like, subscribe, ring that bell, give us a thumbs up. Give me some suggestions, folks. I know it's a little bit boring when we're eating ground hamburger and eggs and stuff like that, but I always say keep it simple. You know,
Yeah, because you're
I
trying
work
to lose
full
weight.
time. I'm trying to lose weight. I don't want to have to think about it. I want good, clean, wholesome food. Anyway, folks, have a great evening. Good night.
To go anytime. Whoa! Dude!